Well, obviously, we're disappointed. We're going to have to deal with that one a little bit. It's going to take a little time to get over it. But the one thing I'm really proud of is, boy, these guys are fighting. And boy, they're fighting hard. We're really going through some battles of keeping certain individuals on the field. And can't be more proud of the young guys stepping in and giving the rest of the family a chance to battle some really good opponents. So we're disappointed about the loss, but when I think about Kalen Ellis and Damian Alford and AC and the guys that are coming in for really, really good players and still giving us an opportunity to have a chance to succeed, it's exciting and it's disappointing at the same time based off of what happens with the scores. But I like this group. I'm not going to trade them in. I'll keep them, and we'll put them in the oven. And when we get through baking, we're going to have something that's going to be really exciting. Questions?
Dino, 4th and 1. You call timeout. What's the discussion there? How close were you to going for it? What were you thinking there?
Well, we're thinking about it, but the big thing is, you're kicking to play in overtime. And it's, if you go 4th and 1, I want to go, but if you go and you don't make it, it's crazy. What a game. You don't want to end it on that. You want to play more. And once again, I felt like we had momentum based off of what was going on. If I knew what the outcome was, I might have done something else, but I never anticipated that.
Do you feel like that's in his ring?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Any other questions? Back here, and I'll go to David on next.
Coach, before the season started, you talked about how this was the game that you wanted every single fan to be out at. To see this turnout tonight in the Dome, I know you didn't get the result that you wanted, but what did it mean to you to see all of those seats filled tonight?
It was exciting. It's to know the student body and the community and the city and the town and everybody is behind you like that. I wish they really knew how much they mean. Sometimes, you say that and they're going, he's just saying that. I mean, when you're out there and you're playing and that place is filled, it makes you feel like a superhero. And there were some superhero type efforts out there. And those guys are battling. I mean, there's guys that are banged up and hurt. I mean, those guys are huge. They're big cats. And if you're going to knock them down, you got to give it your all. And that's what we had, a bunch of guys giving it their all and knocking some big cats down.
Coach, I feel like the focal point of the offense over the past few weeks has been the read option with Tucker and Schrader. What went into your decision to, throw the ball so much with Schrader today?
Well, I wouldn't say so much. Those guys, we weren't producing a lot. Tuck got off on the first half, there's no doubt, but they really started bringing their linebackers and their edge players. And basically, outside of having that one deep safety, they were bringing everybody, and there wasn't a lot of space. And when we lost some of the cats up front, I mean, you can run in there, but you got to be heavy. You got to be a grown person moving some of those cats out the way. And it was a very, very physical battle. I thought the young people were giving their best effort, but some of them were a little bit overmatched by athletic ability and age.
I guess just to follow up, what was different about, I think Schrader's stat line was something like 7-8 yards on the ground. What was different about today compared to the past few weeks in terms of him running?
The guy that's responsible for him was as athletic and as big as he is. That's the difference. He was able to make a tackle that the other guys weren't able to make.
Two-part question. As you're going through the second half and the offense isn't generating a ton of yardage, did you consider going to Tommy? And then after Schrader hits that big touchdown, what was your kind of reaction? Did you see something there that worked? Take me through your perspective on that play.
I'm going to talk about the guys. I'm not going to bring up that Tommy stuff. We didn't talk about Schrader when Tommy was out there playing. We didn't talk about Tommy, and we didn't talk about DeVito when Tommy was out there playing, and we didn't talk about Tommy when Dungy was out there playing. So I'm not going to talk about that part. What was the second part of your question?
Schrader's touchdown pass to Pena. What did you see there?
This is what I saw on that play. They brought a blitz, okay? And if I'm not mistaken, Tucker missed his blitz and missed the blitz guy. Say, I couldn't hear you.
It looked intentional. It almost looked like he slipped, like he anticipated Schrader to throw. So that's why I was kind of curious. Maybe he's so good at missing a blitzer that
You're talking about Tucker?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't see the first part. I only saw the back part, so I haven't watched the tape yet. I know that he was targeted on a guy that was in the backfield, so he was supposed to block him, and he released. And Schrader avoided him, and then there was a second guy coming right down the barrel, and he just sat there, and I'm like, he's about to get blown up. And he sat there to the very last minute and let the ball go, and he got blown up. And because there was Tucker's guy, he avoided, but that extra guy coming freed up a throwing lane, and in the back end, and Trevor found it, and Garrett dropped dime on him. I do believe Trevor made two people miss, or made a spin move or something, and punt returner in the middle of the secondary after a catch. It's normally good for the home team, and made a heck of a play. I'm excited to see Trevor make that play.
Does that show you something about Garrett, the anticipation there, or was that maybe reading a little much?
Well, the good thing is, both of those quarterbacks this year have made a throw like that. Tommy made a throw like that in the, I want to say, was that the Albany game? Yeah, he made a throw like that where he got hit from the left side like that. And now Garrett's made one. And it's always good to see the quarterback will hold the ball to the last minute to throw a guy open.
Did you think at all that Clemson was going to run that fake punt when they did?
You saw my defense out there, right? Okay, normally on a punt, the punt return team comes out. But on that one, our punt return team did not come out. Our defense was out there with one guy back as the safety. Our punt return went out, but the rest of our defense was out there. So the answer to your question is yes. That's why I left my defense out there.
How did you think they played it then?
Well, you saw the outcome of the play. Okay, but they couldn't. If our defense couldn't stop it, our punt return team sure in the heck wouldn't have stopped it.
Coach, 3 straight weeks with narrow losses. How is that going to be addressed moving forward?
Say that again.
3 straight weeks with narrow losses. How will that be addressed moving forward?
I still can't hear the last thing you're saying.
How will that be addressed moving forward?
That's not good enough. We need to win. But the main thing is how you're losing. You're not getting blown out. This is not like last year. These kids are competitive. They're in games. And if you really look at who's in the game at the time, we're not in here for moral victories, but these guys are playing their tails off, guys. I mean, you can talk about them, you can write about them, you can talk about me, you can write about me. But if you look at what's actually going on and who's playing in the games, I'm really proud of them. I mean, I don't like the outcome, and they don't like the outcomes, but I don't have a whole bunch of negative stuff about how they're playing the game.
Well, what's the difference between a narrow win and a narrow loss in these really close games?
Sometimes a point, sometimes a kick by 5 to 7 feet.
Nate, and then we're going to go John and back.
You had a better look at it than we did. Just operationally, was Andre's kick good?
I really didn't see it. Andre said some things to me which I'm not going to share, but I really didn't get a great look at it. I haven't seen a kick like that from him. I'm not sure I've ever seen a kick like that from him, but it was not a great kick.
And then you mentioned, obviously, some guys are banged up. There's one guy in particular who probably had to do a lot to be able to start his 55th consecutive game in service. Anything exceptional you saw out of him this week to be able to suit up tonight? Super
senior, leadership, toughness, a guy that has an opportunity to play at the next level, a multiple player in the offensive line who's played multiple positions, and just a smart, tough guy that makes everybody better. He's that point guard that makes the guards and tackles and everybody better. And what he did to his body to make himself available for this game was amazing this week. And I think the world of him. He's truly orange. From a medical standpoint, he got his body to recover from something that a lot of people wouldn't recover from. I mean, he really did.
Take two more. We'll go to Jonathan back first, and Christian will end it up.
Coach, the last 3 losses, right over here, right in the middle, down to the wire, close games. As a coach, how do you digest these losses? Because it's heartbreaking for a lot of fans, but you, like personally, what's the feeling like for you? I'm sure it probably takes a couple days.
Yeah, it's my big thing is the young people. You know, I've been around a long time. I've seen a lot. I'm not sure I've ever been through a 4-game stretch like this. I'm not sure I've seen that before. But to watch them play that hard and for them not to have, the victory, it makes me feel bad. It makes me want to work harder. It's so close. I mean, it's inches. It's inches. You know, it's one numerous play in a series of plays. But man, it's I can lose sleep, that's okay, but it bothers me that they haven't had an opportunity to win one of these. But it's going to happen. All this stuff is going to stick with them, and it's going to come out on the other end, and it's going to be good. We're going to turn a negative into a positive. Go ahead.
Do you guys feel like you're there, though? Because if you look back at the schedule, you guys are playing down to the wire. I mean, a couple of plays here and there, and you can flip the record around.
A couple of plays here or there, we can flip the record around, and with a lot of cats that aren't here, and that's okay. You know, we're only worried about the people inside the room. We're only worried about the guys inside the family. And it's a new era of football where guys get to do their own things, and that's awesome. But when it comes to our family, we're going to circle the wagons, and we're going to care and love the people inside our building, and we'll do anything we can for each other.
Last question to Christian.
Hey, Dino. How would you assess Garrett Schrader's passing game today, and how would you assess it so far as it's developed throughout this season?
You know, I haven't looked at the tape. I think he was somewhere around 50. I know there was 2 or 3 drops out there and stuff that touch people's hands, but we all understand what he gives us, and we all understand what he doesn't give us. You know, he gives us the ability to make plays with his legs. He makes offensive linemen better, because when guys come back there scot-free, he doesn't automatically go down. He finds a way to escape. He extends plays. He makes the wide receivers better, because those extended plays gives them an opportunity to do a double move or an escape move and make a bigger play. And it forces the defense to play him a certain way, which helps everybody else on the field. All good quarterbacks are nothing more than point guards on a basketball team. Good quarterbacks make the other guys better.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
You got